Ladies and gentlemen, Sandra Dee makes a return visit to the Night Gallery in this season 3 episode, Spectre and Tap Shoes. Now, in this one, she is haunted by the ghosts of her recently deceased sister. Now, season 3, episode 4, teleplay by Gene R. Kearney with a story by Jack Lord, and of course directed by Jeanette Schwartz. Sandra Dee plays the dual roles of Millicent and Marion Hardy, with Dane Clark as William Jason, Christopher Connolly as Sam Davis, Russell Thorson as Dr. Coolidge, Michael Laird as Michael Richardson as Andy the mailman, and Stuart Nisbet as the policeman. Now in this one, Millicent Hardy returns early from vacation to the home she shares with her twin sister, Marion. Millicent cut short her time away because she suspects something may not be quite right with her twin, as they share a bit of a psychic bond, as twins sometimes do, at least in the the episode. Now, Marion is a tap dancer, and as Millicent calls out for her sister, attempting to find her, she ends up in Marion's attic studio, where she comes upon the ghastly scene of Marilyn's lifeless body, hanging from a rope dangling from the ceiling. A chair to allow her to get to that height conveniently nearby. Millicent goes into depression during the ensuing days, sometimes noticing signs that her sister, or perhaps her sister's ghosts, are still around the house. Sounds of tap dancing upstairs, clothes of Marion's appearing in the closet, smoke, cigarettes, and ashtrays as Marion spoke with Millicent does. Now, when William Jason, the property developer, who is a mutual acquaintance of Millicent's friend Sam, visits to try to persuade Millicent to sell the house, saying he will benefit his business interests, and hopefully, he suggests, it will help her to move beyond the constant reminders of her late sister. Now, as the episode goes on, there's more spectral thoughts. Millicent eventually refuses. Soon after, she hears the voice of Marion calling her to come to the studio upstairs and to put on the costume she used to wear while tap dancing. Black top hat, tails, nylons, and tap shoes, and a red wig to match Marion's hair color. It may be noted that Sandra Dee looks fine in this ensemble. Some people said she looked very beautiful, actually. Now, once in the studio, Millicent finds a noose at the ready and hears Marion's voice urging her to put her neck into it. The pull on Millicent is powerful, but she breaks the spell at the last moment before she can carry out the act. She is startled to find developer William Jason in the studio. He demands that Millicent hand over a series of letters that he wrote to Marion. Somehow, Millicent knows where these letters are in a nearby chest in the attic. She produces the stack of letters and also a revolver just in the nick of time as Jason lunges for her throat. Just after she announces, "No, you don't, Billy, not again. This time I'm ready for you," she guns Jason down. The police arrive later and explain that Marion was having an affair with the married Jason, who had written her incriminating love letters, the letters he demanded from Millicent. He also explained most of the presence of Marion's ghosts by discovering wires and speakers that would allow Jason to communicate with Millicent inside the house. He set the whole thing up after he murdered Marion, who refused to turn over the letters. But one thing still bothers Millicent. How did she know where to find the letters? Marion had never discussed them or a relationship with Jason to her at all. The answer comes from the familiar tapping from above. Now, according to Jewel, this is another decent, if near-miss, Night Gallery story. As she did in the previous seasons Tell David, Dee proves a better actress than one might have thought. Perhaps too much falls on her shoulders. She is in every scene, and the story itself is a fairly familiar one. As always, Director General Schwartz does his best, and that helps. Now, for me, it seemed to be a nice plot device for Sandra's acting talents. I can't give it any more than 2.5 out of 4 because it was a very common occurrence to have duality of ghosts. It comes across like a good House of Mystery or Tales of the Unexpected episode. Now, Sandra Dee, again, in the Night Gallery, doesn't seem a good fit, but Sandra Dee was a very important, underrated actress. She could play ingenue, but she can play like what he called the mid-30-year-old beautiful woman. And most of her roles, there was a lot going on there. It's sort of like the fact was she was a teen idoless or teen idol, but she with these type of performances, she kind of expanded her career. I think she should have been given more of a shot on episodic TV back in the day. Very beautiful woman, very luminous, and if Sandy Duncan can be given a shot, why not Sandra Dee? You know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's the latest Our Night Gallery podcast. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, if you hear pounding in the attic, is either rats or a ghost that really wants to get out. Thanks for listening.